Welcome to Discovering Gender Diversity, a series that explores a world of unique gender identities, their advantages and challenges. Join us as we uncover narratives, journey across borders, and learn how countries support gender diversity. Female gender identity development is a complex and personal process through which individuals come to understand and define their own gender identity. It is important to note that gender identity is not solely based on biological sex, and it doesn't always align with the sex assigned at birth. Instead, gender identity is an individual's internal sense of their own gender, which can be male, female, a combination of both, neither, or something else entirely. Here's an overview of the gender identity development process, with a focus on females. 1. Infancy and early childhood. Infants typically have a limited understanding of gender and are primarily focused on basic needs and interactions with caregivers. As children grow, they start to notice and mimic the behaviors, roles, and expectations associated with their assigned gender. Early socialization plays a significant role in shaping gender identity. Children often receive cues about gender roles and stereotypes from family, peers, and the media. 2. Exploration and awareness. As children reach preschool age, they become more aware of their own gender and those of others. They may begin to show preferences for certain activities, toys, and clothing that align with their perceived gender. Some children may question or experiment with their gender identity during this stage, which is normal and part of the exploration process. 3. Solidification and socialization. During middle childhood and early adolescence, individuals typically develop a firmer sense of their gender identity. They often internalize societal and cultural expectations related to their gender, which can influence their behavior, interests, and self-concept. Peer relationships and social interactions become more important in shaping gender identity at this stage. 4. Identity formation. As females progress into adolescence and beyond, they continue to refine their gender identity. They may explore their gender expression and become more aware of the impact of gender roles and stereotypes on their lives. It's during this stage that individuals may question and come to understand their gender identity more deeply. 5. Self-discovery and acceptance. For some females, the process of self-discovery may involve realizing that their gender identity doesn't align with their assigned sex at birth. Cisgender. They may identify as transgender, non-binary, genderqueer, or another gender identity. Self-acceptance and embracing one's true gender identity can be a challenging but liberating experience, often involving support from friends, family, and professionals. 6. Advocacy and inclusion. As individuals become more secure in their gender identity, some may become advocates for gender diversity and inclusion. They may engage in activism, education, and support networks to promote understanding and acceptance of diverse gender identities. It's essential to remember that gender identity development is a highly individualized process, and not all females will experience the same journey. Some may have a clear and unwavering sense of their gender identity from a young age, while others may explore and question their gender throughout their lives. Supportive and inclusive environments can play a significant role in helping individuals navigate their gender identity development. It's important to approach the question of advantages or disadvantages associated with any gender with caution and sensitivity, as gender is a complex and multifaceted aspect of a person's identity, and any advantages or disadvantages can vary significantly based on individual circumstances, cultural contexts, and societal norms. Gender should not be reduced to a list of advantages or disadvantages, as it oversimplifies the issue and perpetuates stereotypes. That said, it is worth noting that there can be certain experiences and aspects associated with being female that could be seen as positive or advantageous in various contexts. However, these advantages should not be generalized to all females, and they should not be used to invalidate the experiences of others. Here are some potential advantages or positive aspects often associated with the female gender. 1. Empathy and emotional intelligence. Some studies suggest that women may, on average, exhibit higher levels of emotional intelligence and empathy, which can be advantageous in building strong social connections and relationships. 2. Communication skills. Women are often recognized for their strong communication skills, which can be an advantage in various personal and professional settings. 3. Resilience. Females often demonstrate resilience in the face of adversity, navigating challenges and overcoming obstacles with determination and strength. 4. Multifaceted perspectives. Women can bring unique perspectives and experiences to various discussions and decision-making processes, enriching diversity of thought and problem solving. 5. Health awareness. Women are often more proactive in seeking medical care and attending regular checkups, which can contribute to better health outcomes. 6. Community and support networks. Women often have strong support networks and communities, which can provide a sense of belonging and emotional support. 7. Gender expression. Some may argue that women often have a broader range of accepted gender expressions in many societies, allowing for more freedom in self-expression. It's important to reiterate that these potential advantages or strengths are not universal and do not apply to all individuals who identify as female. Additionally, they should not be used to diminish the unique challenges and inequalities that many women face, including gender-based discrimination, violence, unequal opportunities, and systemic gender biases. Gender equity and equality are important goals to ensure that individuals of all genders have equal opportunities and are free from discrimination. Furthermore, discussions about gender should focus on promoting inclusivity, understanding, and respect for diverse gender identities rather than comparing or ranking them based on perceived advantages or disadvantages. It's important to recognize that disadvantages associated with the female gender are not inherent to being female, but rather they result from societal, cultural, and historical factors that have perpetuated gender inequalities and stereotypes. Gender-based disadvantages are often the result of gender discrimination and the unequal treatment of individuals based on their gender. Here are some of the disadvantages that many individuals who identify as female may face. 1. Gender pay gap. Women, on average, tend to earn less than men for similar work. This gender pay gap is a result of various factors, including occupational segregation, unequal pay for equal work, and the devaluation of work traditionally associated with women. 2. Gender-based violence. Women are disproportionately affected by gender-based violence, including domestic violence, sexual assault, and harassment. These experiences can have severe physical, emotional, and psychological consequences. 3. Underrepresentation. Women are often underrepresented in leadership positions, politics, STEM fields, and other male-dominated professions. This underrepresentation can limit their influence and opportunities for career advancement. 4. Unpaid labor. Women frequently bear a disproportionate burden of unpaid domestic and caregiving work, which can limit their participation in the formal workforce and negatively impact their financial independence. 5. Stereotyping and objectification. Gender stereotypes and objectification can limit women's autonomy and lead to discrimination in various areas of life, from appearance expectations to career opportunities. 6. Reproductive rights. Women's reproductive rights are often a subject of political and legal debate, and access to reproductive health care, including contraception and abortion, can be restricted in some areas. 7. Double standards. Women may face double standards in terms of behavior and appearance. These double standards can result in criticism and judgment based on societal expectations. 8. Body image pressures. Women may experience body image pressures and unrealistic beauty standards perpetuated by media and advertising, which can contribute to low self-esteem and mental health issues. 9. Cultural and religious constraints. In some cultures and societies, women face constraints related to dress, mobility, and participation in public life, which limit their freedoms and opportunities. 10. Sexism and microaggressions. Women often encounter everyday sexism and microaggressions, which can create a hostile or unwelcoming environment and perpetuate inequality. It's important to emphasize that these disadvantages are not inherent to being female, but are the result of societal norms, discrimination, and biases that have persisted historically. Efforts to address these disadvantages include promoting gender equality, advocating for women's rights, challenging stereotypes, and working to change policies and cultural attitudes that perpetuate gender-based inequalities. Gender equity is a crucial goal for creating a more inclusive and fair society where individuals of all genders can thrive. The question of which countries are best for females can be subjective and dependent on various factors, including women's rights, gender equality, healthcare, education, economic opportunities, and safety. Different individuals may prioritize different aspects when considering the best countries for women. Here are 4 countries that are often considered to be favorable for women based on various factors, but keep in mind that there are no universally best countries, and conditions can vary within each country. 1. Iceland. Iceland is frequently recognized as one of the most gender-equal countries in the world. It has strong women's rights, high levels of political representation for women, and comprehensive parental leave policies. Icelandic women also have access to excellent healthcare and education. 2. Norway. Norway is known for its commitment to gender equality and women's rights. It offers a generous welfare system, high-quality healthcare and education, and strong representation of women in politics. Women in Norway also enjoy a high standard of living. 3. Sweden. Sweden has a long history of promoting gender equality. It offers extensive parental leave, affordable healthcare, and a strong focus on work-life balance. Sweden is known for its progressive policies on gender equality and women's rights. 4. New Zealand. New Zealand often ranks high in terms of gender equality, safety, and access to education and healthcare. It has a strong commitment to diversity and inclusion and is known for its safety and quality of life. These countries have made significant progress in promoting gender equality and women's rights, but it's essential to note that no country is free from challenges related to gender equality, and conditions can vary based on factors like socioeconomic status, ethnicity, and geographical location within a country. Additionally, progress toward gender equality is an ongoing process, and there's always room for improvement. Ultimately, what makes a country best for women may vary from person to person, and it's crucial to consider individual priorities and values when assessing the suitability of a country. Thank you for being part of this inspiring journey. Your time and engagement are truly appreciated. We hope you've gained insight into the beauty of diversity in our world. Thank you for celebrating it with us. In the video description, you'll find links to explore additional gender identities for a more comprehensive understanding.